Unfiltered Sports Podcast, where raw meets real, honesty has no off-season, and nothing gets sugar-coated. Hosted by Todd, Matty, Dominick, and Randy. This is the Unfiltered Sports Podcast.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the playoff edition. Yes, I said it, the playoff wildcard edition of the Unfiltered Sports Pod. I'm thinking about the sink that was leaking for me earlier. Anyway, yeah, no, it's live, baby. So let's start this show off, everybody, by saying hi to everybody because it's the wildcard weekend. We got games to recap, and obviously we got another big round of playoff games to preview. So with that being said, I am Todd Fox. To my right is the one, the only, looks asleep, Matty Matt.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing in this playoff edition?
And to his right, the Dominator, the guy that is not my best friend at this point. We are bitter rivals, Dominick Lorenz.
Like a freaking cockroach. We ain't dead yet, baby. Let's go, Niners. This is great. What a week.
You goddamn motherfuckers.
Hey, see you in 2 weeks. He got his wish, maybe. Let's see what happens.
I'm just glad you guys beat the Eagles.
So let's move on.
Danny, you should be thrilled about that. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Let's move on to Rob right next to him, the great Saints fan, the only one that I know, basically, and also a big Trojan fan. How you doing, Rob?
Dude, see quarterbacks that are there. And the Jets are home, loving life right now, loving it.
It is definitely going to be a good show today, huh?
And the sound effects are coming courtesy of the one, the only, the producer to the stars, Randy, as he checks in. Yeah, that's what his toilet is experiencing. He's under the weather, so he's here in spirit in the background. So with that being said, we'd like to always start the show off by where we were right, where we were wrong. There's no standings to talk about because obviously the standings are over, and the winner for this year's pick'ems during the regular season was the Dominator right there, and also Mr. Omar Alicante. But we'll talk about his Eagles there.
Yes, sir.
So where we were right, where we were wrong, I will just say this right off the bat. I was wrong with the Packers. I thought the Packers were going to beat the Bears, but I was wrong. Where I was right, you know what? I have to say the Chargers not showing up against the Patriots. I mean, that was a given right there. I mean, I wasn't right on anything else, so I have to take that one. Matty Matt, what about you?
Where I was right, I got all 5 games right. So I will just say that. Where I was wrong, I picked the goddamn Steelers. Why would I even decide to do that? I was dead wrong.
We all make that mistake. What about you, Dom?
Mm-hmm.
Where I was wrong, I'll start there. I was wrong about Jacksonville over Buffalo. I felt like out of all the whole week, and that was the trap game where Jacksonville has looked strong. But Josh Allen came to play. He did what he had to do. And props to both teams. Jacksonville had a great season. They're on the rise, but Buffalo did what they did best. Where I was right, it's not a game because I could say the 49ers, and we'll save that for later. I was the only person that started the trend of saying weeks ago, I think this might be the year John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin are gone. Well, look where we are now. Ravens kick out John Harbaugh. Tomlin, out of respect, he said he'd step down. I'm pretty sure it was a collaborative effort. But the AFC North is going to be completely different moving forward. An incredible coaching change out of some longtime coaches.
Hey, you know what? We'll jump into that in a second here after Rob checks in. Where were you right and where were you wrong right there, Rob?
Pretty much. I only got one game wrong this weekend, and that was the 49ers. I did not know A.J. Brown went and signed with San Francisco by dropping all those passes because, plain and simple, 49ers didn't have what it takes to move on to the next round. They don't deserve it, but they're still here.
They sure are, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I have to go back to what.
Can I ask one question first?
Uh-oh.
How much did Todd pay to have Rob on the show this week?
And
what did he pay Randy to get sick on a week where the Niners play the Seahawks? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to fool with the juju after Randy was like, oh, go Hawks in the jinx. I smell something.
Nah,
what does it smell like, Dom?
It's your upper lip from being on Purdy's ass the whole time. Is what it is.
Oh, my God. You haven't even gotten to my explanation of this week yet, and he's throwing Brock Purdy slinging down the field. It's great.
Dude, Rob is turning up the heat, man. It's caliente in here.
This is a good show this week. Let's go, fellas.
Yeah, let me jump into this real quick, and I'll get your because I want to know what you guys think about this. Now, obviously, John Harbaugh was let go. We found out through the Dominator right there, our Jay Glazer, he was breaking the fact that it was insurrection on the inside. Man, those guys did not like the coaching staff, and they got him out. So John Harbaugh with his 10-year gone, like long time in Baltimore. When you think Ravens football, you think Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh. That's no longer the case. And then you look at what happened with Tomlin. We all thought if the Steelers did not make the playoffs, he was going to be in trouble. But they made the playoffs. They won the division, but then they get ousted real quick. He does not get technically fired. I am of the opinion, and I wonder if you guys agree, that because of who he is, and what he represents, being an organization that he's only their third ever coach, was he paid a little bit to resign and not get that fired on his resume?
100%. I think it was a collaborative effort where ownership and Tomlin got together, if not in the past or this morning, and said, hey, it's probably time after 18 years, time for me to go. And they said, okay, you step down. Now, the intriguing factor in this is by Tomlin stepping down, Pittsburgh retains the right to Tomlin, which means it could be a Sean Payton situation, like when he was with the Saints and he gets traded to Denver and Tomlin gets traded and Pittsburgh gets, some sort of draft capital back. So it's almost a good faith thing. We're not going to put it on your resume. You're essentially giving us a draft pick in return. Something's going to be done. And the rumor mill is Tomlin is going to do TV for a year and wait for the next coaching cycle and basically clean his brain and get a break and just go for it at that point.
I can see that happening.
Matty, what do you think about that?
Oh, I'm with Dom 100%. I think it was definitely something they discussed. And they said probably if they don't make past the first round or whenever they get eliminated, if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, he has to step down. And I think that was something they agreed on. It would be ironic, though. I was thinking, wouldn't it be ironic if they switch roles, Harbaugh and Tomlin?
It would never happen, but it'd be hilarious.
It won't happen, but wouldn't that be crazy that the media would blow up?
The fan base would not know what to do because they'd be like, we've been booing your ass and saying all this shit for so many years.
Like, if the NFL wants rating, they should do it somehow, some way, figure it out.
Hey, I thought John Harbaugh to the Browns would have been the best, stick it right back to Baltimore, but him going to Pittsburgh would be massive story. Massive story.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Your thoughts on that, Rob? Because I only got one other thing before we start recapping these games.
I think Tomlin, I didn't think he was fired. I think he stepped down. He's unhappy with the franchise. Look at what they've spent in the offseason the past couple of years. I think the most they spent is $39 million. Other than that, they've drafted pretty shitty. They've traded away the draft picks that they've even had in the higher rounds. They haven't really built for him. What have they done for him defensively? They haven't built around TJ Watt and all those guys. Offensively, running backs, Najee Harris in and out of here. You had to go in to get Gainwell. You got in the offseason, you got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you traded for DK Metcalf, but he's not the same DK Metcalf, which is why Seattle was okay letting him go for what they did at the same time, right? So you didn't give a coach of 19 years the respect of what all the other coaches get with a free roster, right? Free random roster. Hey, I need this guy. Hey, go draft this guy. What's the difference between Andy Reid and those guys? Andy Reid has his hands on everything, every single player. Does he fit my scheme? What do I need? And I think Tomlin was just tired of it.
Yeah, that could be a good point.
I agree with you on that one, Rob.
Because if you look at it, guys, between Tomlin and Harbaugh, you have basically most seasons 4 easy wins. I mean, what have the Bengals done in the last 20 years other than like a year or two here where they shine and they go away? The Browns have been the Browns. So you're getting easy wins right there. It's been like they're rivals for a reason, Ravens and Steelers, because they're the only ones that contend usually in that division. So they've gotten a pass. And if you think about the Steelers, last point I'll say on this, it's so crazy to say, same thing with the Bears. Up until this year with Caleb Williams, the Bears were known for defense and just running the ball. And they really never put together like a real badass receiver. They never had one, never drafted one. And they never had a quarterback to get to 4,000. Still haven't as far as 4,000 yards. But he had a hell of a year this year. So they thought outside the box, and the Bears got themselves a non-traditional Bears team. And I think the Steelers have always, even with Ben Roethlisberger, heavy on the run, rely on the defense. And they've never changed that philosophy this entire time. So maybe, just maybe, what the Ravens we've been used to, the same kind of hard-nosed, bruising kind of defense, maybe they turn into an offensive team. Maybe the Steelers do the same thing, because obviously it wasn't working with Tomlin and Harbaugh, right?
No, not at all. I think out of everything, because this will be a topical conversation with so many coaching vacancies and how teams can go. Like, you can put, for example, the Giants and the Falcons in one conversation where they have an offense, they have pieces. It's a more tantalizing opportunity than somewhere like Miami, who has really no quarterback. They really have no receivers. And you could kind of put Pittsburgh in that same category. Aaron Rodgers is on his last leg. Does he come back? Probably not. Their running game, as Rob said, iffy at best. Really no wide receivers, and the defense is old. So depending on how they want to go at the end of the day, it's kind of a crapshoot. And I think if you want to reestablish culture in Pittsburgh, I would go for a young head coach and start from scratch and rebuild it. It's not going to be what it was 10 years ago. And I think the total shot in the dark, overarching future aspect, because of Tomlin, if he does take a year off for TV, I would not be shocked if he ends up staying in that division and becoming the coach of the Bengals. If the Bengals screw up, no Taylor's out, Joe Burrow, they have some factors in there. Let's stick it to the whole division at that point, right? Like just coaching swap everywhere.
We have a pretty good shot with all the vacancies. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I'm going to say real quick, the Steelers' defense wasn't the issue. I mean, they did their thing. They caused some turnovers. I think they fumbled Stroud 2 times. So it wasn't the defense. It was the offense, man. Like Rob said, you got a veteran quarterback in Rodgers who, I don't know if he ain't got anything left in the tank. And then you had a DK Metcalf who was a shell of himself. And that's pretty much it. Freiermuth, he's okay as a tight end, but your running back was subpar. Gainwell has a few good games here and there, but he's no Saquon Barkley or anything like that. So it was really the offense was the issue. I think defensively the Steelers is still the Steelers, and if you're not scoring points, especially on turnovers, your defense is going to get gassed, man. So I think defensively the Steelers were pretty good. It's just offensively they would have their struggles. So maybe they draft a quarterback. I know it'll be a late round draft, but maybe they trade for a quarterback. Who knows? But they definitely need some receivers for sure.
Definitely. Rob, you got any more comments on this one, or let's move on?
Move on to the Purdy.
We'll get there in a second. Let's jump into the Rams and Panthers. They had the opening game of the playoffs, and this one, I got to ask a question to the panel right here. Was this more an indictment on the Rams just not playing up to par? That the last few weeks they have not played Rams total football, or was this the Panthers making a legitimate jump on them, no excuses, and actually balling out? Because I could see a little bit of both in this game as the Rams held on for a 34-31 last-minute touchdown win.
I think it was a little bit of both, because if I recall, I said it was going to be a close game, and everybody laughed at me, and it turned out. And no, I think the Panthers pretty much had a lot to prove. They had already beat them in the regular season, so I don't know if they may have their number, but they definitely got something on the Rams, man, because it was a close game, and at one point you would have thought the Panthers was going to pull off the upset, but the game's not over until it hits 0-0-0, and the Rams came out late and stole a win. I think they stole that win because the Panthers, hey man, they was on their heels, man, for real.
Yeah, I think overall what we've seen lately from the Rams is they've become a little one-dimensional. They know they have Matthew Stafford, they know they have Puka Nacua. Devontae Adams came back. He was fine. I know they targeted him double-digit times, but he only had about 4 or 5, maybe 6 catches. But they've kind of gone past happy Matthew Stafford, which is fine. He's got the number forward. He's got the veteranship. But Kyren Williams in this run game has kind of went to the wayside, so maybe defenses are figuring that out. In terms of defense, I think the Rams' defense has regressed a little bit. And I don't know where to maybe pinpoint it exactly, but maybe you take it back to when Seattle beat them in overtime on that Thursday night. Maybe you go back a little bit of a week before. I forget if they played the Lions before or after they played Seattle, but in that latter stages, week 13 and on, the Rams defense has just not been the same. They just look one step off, and they don't have the ability. And Todd, I know we've talked about it as certified Ram haters over here, that Sean McVay, they know how to get to an early lead, but he never wants to put that knife on the throat and just slaughter the opposing team. It's somehow, whenever you play the Rams, there's always that mist in the air of you're always alive until the last maybe 30 seconds or something. So I think it's just a combination of all of those things. And Carolina, they knew they were on 10. What was it? 10.5. I think the final.
Yeah, they were
10.5.
Yeah.
10.5.
So they said, F it. Let's just go for it and see what sticks. And they're ahead of schedule. Bryce Young doesn't look, he doesn't look bad. They have opportunities. So I know that NFC South is, as Rob would know very well with the Saints, that division is always up for grabs 24/7. Looking at what they have right now, Carolina would be the outside favorite for next year just based on, the trajectory of everything. If I had to rank the NFC South, it would be Panthers, Saints, Falcons, and the Bucks, because the Bucks really had a tremendous this year. It was bad. They got a lot of work to be done.
Stop it with that rhetoric there. Come on right now. You mean to tell me if you don't start Spencer Rattler the first 5 weeks, 6 weeks of the year, that Shaw can't even pull out 3 wins? 3 wins get you in the playoffs.
I said that last week. I said that.
You did say that.
Yeah, but I want to hear praise from you, Dom. I want to hear praise. But no,
you're not in the playoffs. You get no praise till next year.
Hey, honestly, I don't think the Rams played that bad offensively. I honestly think that McVay and Stafford reasserted their identity. Situational precision. They saw that the Panthers were covering the outside. They exploited the seam, and they kept going after it over and over again. And the Panthers defense learned, hey, you can't just be good enough on paper. You have to be good all the time. And Sean Payton he picked them apart, and so did Matthew Stafford. Yeah, they struggled here and there, but you take a Puka Nacua drop right there, wide open, unheard of. We haven't seen that all year long. And you take that into account. It's a touchdown there, too. Come on, this game's really different really quick there. The offense for the Panthers, they did good enough, right? They were there. They left a lot of time on that clock, a lot of time to lose that game, and that was their mistake right there. Overall, that's also coaching right there on them, 100%. Rams defense, I'd be a little bit worried if I'm them, because Verse, once you double team him, take him out of the equation, there was really nothing, right? Other than that, you can tell me Bryce Young's picking you apart, that Carolina team picking you apart, and they played Chuba Hubbard most of the time too?
Yep.
And I'll say this, that McVay did at first, I don't really agree with. He passed to set up the run. He didn't run to set up the pass, which is usually opposite of what he's done in the past this whole year, which has been a success. But him getting away from that, kind of out of his game plan, didn't want to show too much, was already looking forward to the next week. I think that was a key factor there. And I see someone say, Panther secondary is good. They are. On paper, they're good, but McVay, Stafford, and the precision right there, the situational awareness, they've been there before. They just were outclassed.
Yeah, I have to agree right there with Rob, because the Rams I'm used to seeing are more of a ball control, running the play clock all the way down to 5 or less seconds. They love to chew up the clock and keep your defense on the field. Last 4 or 5 weeks, it hasn't been the case. They've been losing the time of possession. In this one, they lost the time of possession too. So it was one of those things where it's like I was generally shocked but pleased that the Panthers were right there and had a real legitimate chance to beat him. But I thought mental errors too. That goes back to coaching. Dom and Rob said that it was just they had some mental errors in that game that really cost them. And then it took a really nice catch by a former Seahawk, Parkinson, at the end right there, because I mean, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. I'm just saying. But Rams, hey, they got the job done. The win's a win. So I mean, even if it was 10 points, I mean, the only person it hurts is the person that took the bet on this one, because I would have been that stupid too. I would have said, hey man, 10 points is 10 points. I think they got it, but no, the Carolina Panthers gave them all they could freaking handle.
Sure did.
Yeah,
it's a hostile environment there too.
Oh, absolutely.
That fan base is crazy.
I don't think at the end of the day, if Tampa Bay had gotten in over Carolina, would it have been that close?
No,
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Tampa Bay had the defense. It probably would have been like a 10 to 13 point game in that sense. Yeah, Tampa Bay's got offensive weapons, more than Carolina does on paper, but I just think the Rams would have probably picked apart the Bucs more than they would have the Panthers.
And they would have
Maybe
had a
if it
better
was the
chance.
first 4 games, Buccaneers, maybe.
Yeah.
Because in the first 4 games, they were Super Bowl favorites.
If it was the first 4-game Buccaneers versus the Rams, that would have been an enticing, high-scoring affair that would have been very nice to watch, yes.
You remember the first 4-game Bucs, Todd?
Oh, I remember. Landon didn't let me.
I didn't say names, man. I just asked a question.
I had to make fun of him, dude. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, let's move on to a game that did live up to the hype, and that would be the Green Bay Packers playing the Bears Mario's team. And again, all 3 games settled by a touchdown or less, and this one lived up to it. And again, a tale of 2 halves, fellas. Till I saw the score right now, like I realized the Bears scored late, but damn, 25 fourth quarter points. And the Packers go silent on offense. And now there's even talk, Packers fans, because they own a share of the damn team, even if it's only $1, they're like, we're going to fire the coach. I think we can all agree LaFleur should keep his job, obviously, but I think this goes back to, dare I say it, is Caleb Williams currently better than Jordan Love?
And you don't use to dog Caleb Williams, Todd.
What has happened to Todd? Like, hey, performance speaks.
He talked about his fingernails. He said he was trash. USC quarterback are trash and all kind of stuff. I remember that, Todd.
You know what that means? Based on this trajectory, he's going to love Barack Obama next year.
Possibly. You never know. You never know.
Hey,
Whoa.
I honestly, Dom, you're right. You're right. I can see it. And you're going to start naming them Shedeur Sanders, son. No goddamn.
But fellas, if you look at it, I mean, Caleb balled out all 3 matchups against the
man.
And again, he saved the day. And again, Jordan Love comes up short. I mean, is it safe to say? I mean, has he moved up? I mean, because obviously we had bad quarterback play by the Vikings in that division and also by the Lions in that division. Is Caleb Williams a top dog
in that division?
Correct.
Maybe I'll give it to Jared the golf.
Yes,
maybe.
Yes,
but I think he's climbing. But as of now, I will give it to golf, and I think he takes a step over Love with that performance, because Love, I mean, you're right, Todd. The last couple of seasons in the playoffs, he hasn't been looking too great, and that's where you make a name for yourself in the playoffs. And his first season in the playoff, Caleb Williams just shot, man, because if it wasn't for him balling out like he did, the Bears, they're done. They're cooked. So you got to give him a lot of the credit, and you got to give Ben Johnson a lot of credit too, man. He turned that team completely around. Because you can see the difference of how Detroit looks when they lost Ben Johnson and how the Bears look with Ben Johnson. So you really got to give Ben Johnson a lot of credit for turning this team around. And, of course, Caleb Williams has been balling this year. You got to give him credit, too.
Call a spade a spade. The Packers choked this game away, no doubt about it. Credit where credit is due to the Chicago Bears, because a team can choke a game away, but the execution on the other side has to come as well. So the Bears execute, the Packers choke. To me, Matt LaFleur is going to keep his job. I think that offense is still very basic, a little stale. I think they need to rise up that offense. To me, Jordan Love, I have never gotten the hype on Jordan Love. I've said it time after time on this show, this year, last year. He is a mediocre quarterback at best. Caleb Williams is the quarterback of this division right now. It goes Caleb, Goff, Love, and whatever the Vikings throw on the table on any given Sunday. At this point, it is what it is. So I think Caleb Williams has that package of the strong arm, the mobility, the creative elusiveness, things that what quarterbacks have nowadays. We're not in the Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees era of the pocket passer anymore. So as long as you have that pocket awareness, movability / agility, and you can throw it 15, 20, 25, and further down the field, not whatever else, that's where you're going to pick and pop your spots. And for the Bears and Caleb Williams, with the combination of Ben Johnson, that's where they have found success. Do I think the Bears still need one or two more pieces to be in the elite level?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and I believe they have the cap space for it and certain scenarios. Could they get a Max Crosby in the offseason? Sure. Could they elevate this part of their game? Wide receiver, Odunze, DJ Moore, fine. Maybe they get a, A+ star wide receiver. Maybe A.J. Brown goes to Chicago. Who the hell knows?
They'll mess up. He'll mess it up.
Yeah, I know, right? You never know. But, players like that. I think I would say the Bears are ahead of the curve, right? Because I don't think people anticipated them being this good this year. This sets them up in a greater direction moving forward. So definitely Packers choke job, Bears executed where they need to, and props go to the offense of the Bears and Caleb Williams for making it happen.
Rob?
Matty, don't be so disrespectful. Jared Goff? Are you kidding me? That guy has Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the top receivers. Jameson Williams, speed guy, great receiver itself. Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, a stacked offensive line. He is not the best. He is not by far. Caleb Williams, you guys, turn this rivalry game into a regime change. He is now, the transfer of power is here in Caleb Williams' hand. I don't care what anyone says. Look what he has, receiver-wise. Ruben Odunze, just as young as him. He doesn't have all these big guys, Loveland and everything. You look at the names going down, Swift is the biggest name on his team. And DJ Moore, dude, I'm glad he caught that ball. He must stick him on his chest or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought he was dropping that ball the way he was angled there. So yeah. Caleb Williams proved everything for me. Yeah, can you say that the 18-point collapse in the fourth quarter was huge and it was Green Bay's fault? They went to soft coverage. Caleb Williams used his brain as an NFL-type quarterback who's not just stat padding anymore in October. He's built for January. He's built for playoff football because he took the underneath, he picked them apart, gained confidence little by little, opened up the playbook for Ben Johnson by doing this. That last play, I don't know how many times I've seen on ESPN where it was a screen pass and he peels off and goes. That's Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams having definite trust in one another right there. And that's something that you can't just teach anymore, right? It's a feeling right there. It's based off of how he's playing. He controlled the whole fourth quarter there. And I must say, Matty, did you not see him roll to the left, across his body, throw the ball 15 yards downfield on a dime, purely accurate, and you're saying Jared Goff can do that? Jared Goff is better? Matty, take me off the show, Todd.
I said slightly. I said slightly.
See it.
Jerry Jones, pick up the phone, call Detroit, bring Jared Goff to Dallas, baby.
All I'm saying that play
slightly. Only because of his career. That's all. I'm just saying because Caleb hasn't put enough time in. That's it.
Caleb had an OC last year who didn't believe in watching film and was fired week 4. How can you blame that on this young quarterback as a rookie at that point in time? Yeah, what else is he going to do? Of course he's going to paint his nails, guys. He's not watching film. He's going to practice and they're going home. What else is he going to do in Chicago that time?
Hey, remember, if Kyler Murray is playing Call of Duty, he can paint his nails too. Everybody's got an activity.
I guess
and
so.
Teamer 20, I do believe Caleb Williams is the best in that division right now. He clearly proved it. If his play doesn't show anything else or the stats that he did against Green Bay, look at this, guys. Come on, he's taking a huge leap overall. He keeps it balanced. He's smart at the same time. Look how quick he is. Everyone said in the NFL, you can't do what you do in college, kid. It won't work. It won't work. But yet he's doing it.
Don't get me wrong. No slander on Caleb Williams. I'm just saying, let's see if he continues. That's all. Let's just see if he continues.
Bro? You know Jared Goff and Caleb come on, Matty.
I think the key though for Caleb Williams' future thinking is we talked about this way in terms of Jaden Daniels last year with the Commanders, and they had less than what the Bears have right now.
Yeah.
So I think if Caleb Williams and this Bears team can not have the quote unquote sophomore slump, even though it's not a sophomore, but just that next season slump.
Yeah.
Then I think it's clearly Caleb Williams going in the right direction. If they somehow fall off the curve a little bit, then I think this question will probably re-come up again like it did last year. I think it's one of those things where now that you can prove it, I think Bears fans and everybody else is going to be like, okay, consistency. Keep doing this for this year and next year and the following year and so on and so forth.
I agree.
Wait, hold on. Wait, real quick. What did Jared Goff do last year when Ben Johnson was the OC?
Yeah, he tore it up.
Yeah, he tore it up.
Tore it up. I'm just saying, don't sleep on Jared Goff. Jared Goff, like I said, Williams probably this year had a better season. Obviously, I'm not going to sneeze on what he did. I'm just saying, let's see if he continues. That's all. So as of now, I got to give the slight edge to Jared Goff because of what he's done in his career. He did take his team to a Super Bowl. He didn't win, but he has that on his resume. Let's just see if Caleb Williams could continue. I'm not saying Caleb Williams is trash or anything at all. I just got to see. Right now, he's definitely second best. He's right there. He's climbing. That's all.
Yeah,
don't do damage control. Own it. You said Goff is better. Don't do that. Come on, Matty.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm saying right now, Jared Goff.
I don't need to hear it.
I got Jared Goff slightly better.
Okay, well, two things I have on this real quick before we move on. And one, I'll just say to Dom's point, yeah, it will come down to consistency. I do favor the Bears to be back at least better than what Washington Woke was this year because they completely fell off. I think the Bears will be much better. But and to Rob's point, Caleb Williams, that throw was freaking amazing.
That was amazing.
And again, you had also, but you got to take in consideration too, the Packers missed an extra point. They missed 2 field goals. That could have been the difference right there too. And then Matt and Dom, how dare you? You know I've been a Caleb Williams fan this entire time. So let's move on to the next.
Wait, where's your hands? I need to see your hands. Is your finger?
Play the tape. Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. There.
All right. So let's move on to Sunday because that was a good game right there. Sunday pitted the Jaguars, who
that was a good game.
Were a dark horse team that some people thought, including myself, man, if they roll off and beat the Bills, man, they have a good chance of anybody to get at least the championship game. But the Jaguars put together a good squad this year, and they went up against the Bills. And this one went back and forth. And the Bills wound up winning it thanks to Josh Allen's grittiness on offense, the defense stepping up. The Jaguars played good at times. But in the end, I've hated them all year. I'm going to stay consistent at least on this one, boys. Trevor Lawrence sucks because when he needed to make a throw,
God.
It's an automatic interception, buddy. Automatic interception. That was a terrible throw, too. So, thoughts on the Bills beating the Jaguars?
First of all, you're being very disrespectful. Trevor Lawrence is part of the reason why they made the playoffs this year. That's number one. Number two, it was a really good game, definitely back and forth. But I just think the experience from the Bills was part of the reason why they won that game. And, of course, the turnovers didn't help at all as well. But I just think this is my opinion. I just think Josh Allen is going to be on another level going into this playoff. I know the regular season they didn't play that great, but, hey, man, like I said, you make your names in the playoff, and I think Josh Allen smells and knows this is his best opportunity to get to the Super Bowl because, let's be real, he is the highest named brand in the Super Bowl as far as quarterback wise right now. Everybody else is either a rookie or haven't really had the playoff experience. He's the one. He's that guy. No Patrick Mahomes in his way. Heck, no Lamar Jackson in his way. This is his time to shine, and I think, this is just me, he will take advantage, and I feel like he will get to the Super Bowl this year. This is his year. So that's part of the reason why I picked the Bills to win, because I feel like Josh Allen will not miss his opportunity to get to the Super Bowl.
No, I agree with Matty. In terms of this being a big year for Josh Allen, absolutely. I think what these first 3 games all had in common, maybe with the exception of the Bears-Packers game, but I'm going to put it more on the players' execution than the coaches. You saw veteran coaches knock off the rookie coaches, right? You know, Sean McVay versus Carolina. You had Sean McDermott over Liam Cohen in those case scenarios. I think just veteran coaching knows what to do when you get in the playoffs. Everybody's 0-0. It's a brand new season, the whole cliche mentality. And Josh Allen took it. He was making throws. He was doing his typical runs. Everything that Buffalo could put on Jacksonville, they did. And Jacksonville gave it right back. I'll give props to Jacksonville. They balanced the run with the pass. Trevor Lawrence has found some weapons that he didn't think he would have early on in the season. Nobody knew who Parker Washington was at the beginning of the season. Everybody was on, including myself, on the Brian Thomas Jr. hype train, and that went out the door week 1. He didn't have his number 1 receiver, and he made Parker Washington his new number 1. They picked up Jacoby Myers, extended him on a 3-year deal. ETN's been doing his thing now for the last couple of seasons. Liam Cohen has this team in the right direction, but I think experience versus lack of experience. And I forget how many games Trevor Lawrence has been a part of because he's beaten the Chargers. He has at least one playoff win in his back pocket when they upset the Chargers or rallied to beat the Chargers a couple of years ago. So there is somewhat experience, but I still go back to the point that Matty brought up. It is a different year for the Buffalo Bills. Are the Buffalo Bills the same dynamic Bills that we've seen in years past? No. But with no Mahomes, no Jackson, and a different route in the AFC, and the playoffs are not going to go through Buffalo like they have in the past. They have to be road warriors, and I think that puts a different light on what Josh Allen is going to have to lead this team. This is 100% on Josh Allen's back. You cannot defer and say, oh, it's not my fault. James Cook didn't run the ball, or this is Josh Allen for good or for worse. This is what has to happen. And to me, getting the monkey off the back early against a really good, a hot Jacksonville team coming into the playoffs sets Buffalo up to what I believe, and I won't say who it was, but everybody can guess it, a division versus division finale in the AFC Championship game, if you know what I'm saying.
Is this Josh Allen, Steve Young moment?
Oh, what was that? What was that, producer of the Stars?
Whoa.
Say that again.
Is this Josh Allen's Steve Young moment?
It might be.
It has.
I
think
it feels like it.
It has to be. I think it has to be in this. But here's the funny thing. If this is his Steve Young moment, he makes it to the Super Bowl, he wins the Super Bowl, you're going to have half of the world saying, woo, Bills Mafia, let's go. Josh Allen's great. And the other half is saying, well, he didn't do it against Mahomes and Jackson. It doesn't count.
I don't think so.
The asterisk will be there. The pundits will put it there because he's not Patrick Mahomes. I guarantee it'll be there.
I don't know. You could be right, Dom, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think the fan base, I think the media will push more that he finally got the monkey over his back. And I can say monkey. Ain't nothing racist. But what I'm saying is I think he won't get that slander. I don't think so. Because look, when Peyton Manning got it, did he go up against Tom Brady to get to the AFC Championship?
What?
No one said anything. I don't think he did, but no one said anything about it when Peyton Manning got it.
When he was at Denver?
When he was with the Colts, because he won what the Colts were.
I have to look back at that playoff run, but it'd be.
That's what I'm saying. Like no one. I don't think nobody's gonna say it because we know how difficult it is to even get to the Super Bowl, and just the opportunity you got there. I think a lot of people are gonna finally say, "Hey, good job." I think he finally got it. But you could be right. I don't know. You could be, but I don't think so.
Rob, what do you got?
You just saw maturity, right? Josh Allen. I thought Jacksonville baited him quite well, trying to get him to go for the hero deep ball and all stuff. But you saw a mature Allen check down in the coverages, stay in the pocket a little bit longer instead of escaping those clean pockets like he would in the past and try to play hero ball or himself, right? Take those runs. Jaguars, they matched it step for step, the volatility. However, their defense, they couldn't disguise anything for Josh Allen. The defensive interior pressure was gone at the end of the game. And in order for Josh Allen to be disrupted or to make bad throws, you got to have interior pressure up front. I mean, that's how the Chiefs get him every single time. He hates Chris Jones. Everyone knows that there, too. Everyone goes, Patrick Mahomes. No. But yes, Mahomes has a little bit to do with this. Don't get me wrong. He's a great quarterback. But it's Chris Jones who's putting the pressure up the middle on Allen, who collapses that pocket and forces him to make those bad throws or start running the ball in ill-advised times instead of checking down because he doesn't have that ability to go ahead and take his time to check down. The big shift overall, too, is defensively. The Bills were able to disguise coverages. And I don't know if you guys noticed, too, they had the safeties moving late. Post-snap, the safeties were rotating out of what they were showing. They disguised that coverage so well. So next week probably won't be so easy to do. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of coaching about it, the film's out on it. But what they did defensively here was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal here. And I give them a lot of credit for doing that, too, because at the end of the day, it's tough to try new things at a road playoff game with everything on the line. Like you guys said, Kansas City's not there. The monkey's off his back a little bit. Buffalo won, though. Timeout usage by the coaching because he's been there before. Red zone play design, he was there. And they smothered the red zone play for Trevor Lawrence. They took away his top receivers and everything. And they, instead of letting the jump balls go, they disguised it so well. And the late down sequencing for the Bills, too, was there, offensively and defensively. Jacksonville just made bad decisions. You can't keep settling for 3 when the other team's getting 7 on you. That's not going to win you playoff games there. You just got outmaneuvered, end of the day. And that's just coaching experience, in my opinion.
My concern, though, is Josh Allen's taking way too many hits.
Oh,
That's true. I was going to piggyback on what Rob said because he hit the nail on the coffin. The Bills definitely made some adjustments in the second half, and that defense stepped up big time because their defense is not really that great. But when you make adjustments in the game and late in the playoffs too, like that could also help you win games. And Rob pointed it out; they made some good adjustments in the second half, and that's what kind of shut down the Jaguars. And like you said, they were spying on them too. So good point, Rob.
Yeah. Matty, to your point, the year the Colts won the Super Bowl, the AFC title game, Colts beat New England. It was Manning's revenge against Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
Now,
But still, I don't know, man. I still don't think they're going to say anything. It's not his fault that they missed the playoffs. So I don't think they're going to say anything.
I don't know.
I hope not.
I've seen stranger things happen. Stranger things.
That show just ended, by the way. Terrible ending. Now let's move on to Niners and Eagles, the upset of the weekend, because the Niners were a 7-point dog in this one, and the Eagles looked, again, sorry Omar, but your Eagles looked flatter than a pancake on offense. Jalen Hurts, he just looks like he doesn't give a shit. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but he just doesn't have any kind of expression, no heat. You have, again, Sirianni, a coach that a lot of the players don't like, arguing with your diva receiver who's been a thorn in their side. So it seemed like it was the Eagles versus the 49ers. And the Niners, as banged up as they were, I will say this about the Niners before I throw it over to the panel. I hate you guys. I hate your team, Dom. I fucking hate him.
Right back at you, ditto.
But I will say that your asshole team knows how to play next man up, and they are very, very well coached. And man, oh man, I got to tip my cap to those assholes in Santa Clara because they could have rolled over. They had every excuse to, and they did it, and they shoved it to the Eagles fans in Philadelphia. So
they wait till the Super Bowl to roll over. We all know that, but that's cool.
Move on to Matt.
Listen here, Saints fan. Listen here.
What is a Super Bowl?
Maddie, what do you got? Because your Eagles. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just think.
Rival
you know what? It brought joy to my heart to see the Eagles lose. Sorry, Team Mayor, I know, but come join us, man. It brought joy to my heart. I don't like the Niners as well, but I hate the Eagles more. But I'm with you, Todd. The Eagles seem very predictable, and they seem pretty predictable early in the season, and it didn't look like they knew how to make adjustments. AJ Brown, I'm sorry, man. He's probably going to be gone this year, but it doesn't matter to me. But you can't cry for the ball and cause a storm and drop balls like that. And you're the number one receiver. You just can't. Jalen Hurts, in the second half, I think he only had a total of like 30 yards or pass. It was something very low. I can't remember the exact number, but he only had like 160 yards passing total. That's not going to win you games, man. And you guys are the Super Bowl defending champions. And you guys lost to an injury-riddled team like the Niners. And to Todd's point, Niners, give them credit. They know how to make adjustments. And as far as next man up, sucks that George Kittle popped his Achilles. He's done for the season in the game late. And I didn't even know he popped because I went to the store and I was like, where's Kittle's? Popped his Achilles. And I was like, dang, that might hurt him. Sure enough, it didn't. Niners made the adjustments, and it was still a close game, but still, the Eagles should have won that game based off of how many injuries the Niners had, and they just did it, and they didn't make the adjustments, and it showed, and I'm happy they lost. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I know Rob has probably some sort of soliloquy anti-Brock Purdy message, and he did his statistical research and tried to get his whole –
let Rob go. Let Rob go next, so Dom can finish it up.
Rob, I'll give you the floor. You can start your anti-Niner run now. Let's see.
You can go ahead and put a grandma out there in this scheme that Shanahan runs, and you're going to have success in this offense, especially with Christian McCaffrey sitting right there behind you, telling you what to do the whole time, helping you out, giving you trick plays with Juwan Jennings to get you fired up to beat a team who's clearly struggling. The offense stalled for the Eagles, clearly. And I'll give credit to the 49ers. At halftime, they changed the scheme around. Because after halftime, what did they have? 116 yards total, 6 points? Second half, the Eagles?
Yeah.
You're not going to win. Not going to win playoff games that way, guys. End of story. Not going to win playoff game. Coaching staff got outmaneuvered. Plain and simple. Sirianni, when he started yelling at A.J. Brown, lost his team right then and there. It was over. They beat themselves over and over again. I'll say it, and you don't have to agree with me, Dom. You can say, yeah, the 49ers made the adjustments, but when you lose your team and you lose your locker room in the first half, it's over. You can't do that as a coach. You need to have composure in the sidelines. You cannot have a shouting match with your star receiver, even though he is a diva, even though he's probably going to San Francisco because they're already paying him to drop those freaking balls like that. You got to do something. You got to change it up a little bit. You can't be so one-dimensional and rely on 106 yards to Saquon Barkley. Because guess what? Think the 49ers are stupid? That's probably one of the best defensive coordinators in football. He is going to adjust to that and force you to beat him. Jalen Hurts was out of rhythm the whole time. Their stars were frustrated. You clearly saw that. You can't have that. They have no pressure up front with their interior offensive linemen. And that's the biggest thing for the Eagles. What are they always known for? A great offensive line push. That's what happened last year, and that's how they got to the Super Bowl and won it all. 49ers didn't really expose them because the Eagles are showing us for the past couple of months that, hey, what's up with these guys? Something's just playing off. But the fact that you can never fix this is the main issue for me. Sirianni should be on the hot seat out of all these guys, especially with these coaching vacancies out there. Because if you cannot control your team with this Super Bowl caliber team who's already won with you, what are you going to do when you lose a player here and there? Because it happens, right? Attrition happens over time, guys.
Yep.
The blown coverages, that's not on the coaching staff. The players are trying to do too much, trying to play hero ball. You don't need hero ball. You can't lose contain on these key plays, especially with Christian McCaffrey back there, guys. That's the best running back in the league by far. Better than Jahmyr Gibbs. He's the most versatile, in my opinion, there, too. That's the last time I'll say something positive about the 49ers. However, Brock Purdy, man, what a fraud. What a freaking fraud. I don't care what anyone says. This guy, it's a scheme, dude. 2 interceptions, and when it came down to it, even though this team's struggling so bad, they still picked him off. They're still able to get to him. It takes trick plays. Come on, guys. Take Shanahan out of this equation and put Ben Johnson there. I don't think Purdy does well, guys. I really don't. I think when the opposing QB there is struggling and you are still struggling to put up points, but your stats look higher, you're just padding stats, dude. I don't believe that stuff. That's just me. It looks like stat padding to me. It isn't like clear, clean quarterback play. I'm tired of hearing about it over and over again. They did okay. It's not going to happen like that next week. Because guess what, little Purdy? You can't loft that ball and the secondary is going to blow the coverage. It's going to look pretty ugly, pretty fast.
I got to say,
Rob wait, you talk your talk, Rob.
No, hold up. Now, hold on. Hold the fuck up.
Who the hell is that?
What we talking about, Randy?
Daddy chiming in right now. Now, I've heard all this shit about Sean McVay and how he's the fucking genius. And I just sat here for 5 minutes listening to how fucking Shanahan's the genius. How come we don't talk to him about him in that sense? Shanahan's just as much a genius as Sean McVay.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys
agree.
have all literally just said it right here, right now. So from now on, it's Genius 1 and Genius 2, baby.
Well, I think Genius 2 fixed the Jets' problem in Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Damn it. Get it right.
Hey, you know Sam Darnold is going to be Sam Darno until something good happens for Todd.
Absolutely.
Listen, all I gotta say before Dominic goes is those were 2 soft ass interceptions, by the way.
So here's the thing. I love Rob lulling you to sleep with all the positivity and the Purdy. I love it. Here's the one thing. I 100% agree with you, Rob, on the entire Eagles conversation. It's soft, plain offense. The OC's gone. Sirianni's in question. I knew playing the Eagles, if the Niners had a lead or did 1 or 2 things that self-inflicted the Eagles to get themselves pissed off at each other, game over. I don't care if it was a 1-point win or a 30-point win. When you have dissension in the ranks, it is game over. It doesn't matter regular season, postseason, I don't care. So Eagle Talk, Teamer 20, the defense was still there, kept the Niners hanging around for a little while, but the Niners figured it out. Defensively speaking, game ball definitely goes to our 2 7th and 8th string linebackers, Eric Kendricks and Garrett Hollow. Those guys came up clutch without taking the
Eric Kendricks for sure.
D Winners out. No Fred Warner. The list goes on. Eric Kendricks made the biggest difference in that game in all facets. So big props for Robert Saleh and that defense to show up the way they did and that secondary to try to limit Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown from any attempted deep balls that they weren't throwing or whatever. You handled your business. And even though the Niners are the least sackable team defensively in the NFL, they are doing enough to contain a quarterback. Let me rephrase that. If you can't sack a quarterback, you have to make sure everybody behind that defensive line is on point. There are no level of mistakes. And to be able to hold this Eagles team under 20 points, which the Eagles, the last 6 playoff teams that they played in the latter stages of the regular season, never scored more than 19 points. Just putting that out there. To have that for your defense, that is 100% coaching on Robert Saleh and that next man up mentality. The offense, I'll be on the mountaintop. Brock Purdy did not have his finest game. By no means. I'm not going to sit here and say he's the reason why that the Niners won this game. However, when you needed to lead a game-winning drive at the end of the day, down 19-17, I don't care if it's chip down passes or 50-yard bombs at the end of the day. You run that offense the way it needs to be held. Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Juszczyk stepping up in a big way for Kittle being out. Demarcus Robinson has been mediocre at best to nowhere to be found this year. 6 catches, 111 yards, and a massive touchdown. Huge for the 49ers. The best part about it, when you go to that trick play that set the tone in the fourth quarter, that play was set up 2 plays prior. 2 plays prior to the Juwan Jennings throw to Christian McCaffrey. The Niners did a little redirect, little chuck run to Sky Moore that looked to go 20 yards. He ran, got behind the wrong blocker, got 4 yards, got a first down. That was the end of the quarter, or one more play and then the end of the quarter. Niners have the quarter break. They pretty much run the same play because on the Sky Moore run, McCaffrey bails out to the opposite side. No one decides to cover him. Shanahan says, wait, let's leave that in the back pocket and use it 2 plays later. Same exact situation. The fake double reverse rollout, Juwan Jennings, who was a 4-star quarterback recruit coming out of college, airs that ball down the field. McCaffrey with the over-the-shoulder grab. It just sets a tone. And once again, to me, was it a clean game? No. The Niners only had 1 penalty, shocking enough. That put me on the floor crazy. This was probably one of Kyle Shanahan's finest coaching games from start to finish. The way this game went, you knew who you had to rely on. You relied on him, and it worked. Are the Eagles a complete different team from the Seattle Seahawks? Abso-freaking-lutely. We'll dive into that when we preview the NFC divisional games. But for on Sunday against the Eagles, you did what you had to do. You gave the Eagles, you put it on a silver platter, and you essentially allowed them to beat you. They didn't want to take it. Brock Purdy, this team, stepped up in a massive way with CMC, who I believe should be the offensive player of the year. The number of touches he gets, the way he changes an offense. And with this game-winning drive, Brock Purdy, in 49ers history, has more game-winning drives in the playoffs than the great GOAT, Joe Montana. Putting that out there.
Montana
Why you put that out there? Why you put that out there?
Had the lead. There's a difference.
Doesn't matter who got wins. It's about
he got wins. How many Super Bowls Purdy been to and lost? At this point, all you guys are doing is just hosting it right now. You're inviting teams to come in. Here's how you win a Super Bowl. Just don't do what we do.
Listen here, Drew Brees, system quarterback. Calm down.
Oh, don't you start that shit with me. You talk about all quarterback right there? Brock Purdy be lucky to lick the boot of Drew Brees right there. You're lucky. Couldn't even hold his fucking jockstrap. That's how big a difference there is between Brock Purdy and Drew Brees. How dare you do that right there?
Oh, wow.
Disrespectful, Matt. Tell him.
Not salty at all tonight.
You're being very disrespectful, Dom, according to
We are dropping mics, all kinds of shit going on tonight.
Hey, Rob and I, we both have the same love. We both love USC, so we can always come back to USC at the end of the day.
There
I
you
hate
go.
the Angels.
All hell, Sam Darno.
Hey, T-Mare said y'all need
one
a
more
bet.
time. I'm rooting for the 49ers. Swear to
Hey,
God.
did you hear that? The Jets were just attempting to make an interception. That was that fart noise. See?
Oh, God, Randy, where are you? He's got nothing. No.
You know what, Todd? That was the best thing you said right there. The Eagles played like the Jets. There you go. That's how that defense played. Soft shells on third down. You can't do that. Third and medium with the soft shell right there. Not
How
having
can
a
you
good.
play like the Jets? It was a playoff game.
Yeah, I was saying that. I ain't gonna disrespect the Eagles like that. I don't like them, but they didn't play like
the
Jets. That's very disrespectful.
All right, so let's move on. Dom got his sweet fill of eliminating the Super Bowl champions. Let's move on to the Patriots and Chargers. And
It was an ugly game.
This was a terrible game. This was a game that Drake May did not look all that great. The Patriots were held in check by the Chargers defense for the most part. But I will say one thing. After watching and not having much faith in Herbert this season, I felt as a fan of football, we needed Herbert to make that next step. And say what you want, the offensive line's been banged up. The excuses come again with the injuries. The Chargers will charger. I don't care. A good quarterback can rise above the rest. A good quarterback can make the right throws. And yes, he got his ass kicked. But the last thing I'll say about this Justin Herbert fella, he reminds me of another Oregon quarterback, and that is Joey Harrington.
Yeah, I can't. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch this game because I fell asleep. That's how boring it was. I will say this though. When I woke up, the game was already over. I think it was like the final score was 16-3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I looked at the highlights, and there was not much to be shown against the Chargers, man. And I like Herbert. I think Herbert can be a pretty good quarterback, but 0-3 in the playoffs, and you only put up 3 points, man. I know it's the Patriots, and I know you guys, they weren't favored to win regardless, but come on, man. Come on. I'm with you, man. A good quarterback can at least get you at least a touchdown. Come on. So, it's a bad game.
I'll say this. I know a lot of friends of mine who are Charger fans, and going into the playoffs, they're like, New England's fraudulent. We're going to expose them. And I'm like, you know who you cheer for, right? Shouldn't you temper expectations just a tad, just a little bit? No, we got this. We're fine. Okay, you go place your bets on that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Charger fans, Rally Chris, this is exactly how I thought this game would go. Ugly, defensive, lack of offense. I did not see New England blowing the doors off, scoring 40 points, or it being a high-scoring affair like we saw with the Niners, the Bears, the Rams, everything else. Just like the Eagles, to me, Chargers' offense is extremely stale. Nothing is mesmerizing about their offense, and of course we saw their offensive coordinator got fired as well today. I just don't. You have Jim Harbaugh. He's got the tools it takes to be a great coach. I think you have Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson completely dissipate throughout the year. We talked about consistency for the Bears moving forward. Am I right? Same thing goes with the Chargers. I never saw consistency. What I saw from 1 week that looked really, really good, the next week fell apart. And it was never consistent all season long. Yes, their offensive line is not great and this, and you've tried to give the pieces I get, but there's something about the Chargers. I don't know. Chargers going to charge type mentality. Herbert has the tools. That's the crazy thing. He has the tools. It is the lack of execution that he fails to put together each and every time. So I don't know what it's going to take. Whoever they get as a new offensive coordinator, maybe if it's like a Cliff Kingsbury, that's that offensive aficionado type situation, who the hell knows? Thank you, Salvador. Jawan Jennings has more.
Did you see that stat? What Salvador said? Jesus, that's embarrassing.
Fact. I can't put my finger on it for the Chargers. There's a lot to go on. In terms of the Patriots, they did what they had to do. They're above the curve. Mike Vrabel's got them in a great position. They're going to keep adding this offseason, and they're going to be stellar. I just think the Chargers were overmatched.
Oh, 100%.
What about you, Rob?
Boys, you ready to go to church right now? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Justin Herbert's the problem? Are you guys freaking high? Go look at Peyton Manning's stats his first 3 playoff games compared to Justin Herbert's right now, and you're going to see that Justin Herbert has better numbers than Peyton Manning in his first 3 playoff appearances. Check it right now. How many touchdowns does Dwan Jennings even have thrown, by the way? More than 3? How many does he have?
In the playoffs, Juwan Jennings has
That's
multiple
2.
touchdowns thrown at 2.
And that's doesn't Herbert have 3 touchdowns? Or just 2?
Let's pull up.
And
I know he didn't have that
so
last
much,
week.
you can't trust Brock Purdy. That's why Juwan Jennings has so many touchdown passes, because Brock Purdy sucks in the playoffs. You guys, this offensive line for the Chargers was the worst ranked offensive line in the NFL. 32 of 32. By position, with Slater and Joe Alt out, every single guy was ranked dead last in his position, except for the right tackle, who was ranked 27th out of 35th for their tackles. Now, you tell me, guys, how the hell are you supposed to get a pass off with that? There was a 2-step drop that Herbert took to a 3-step drop into it. He had to juke not only the nose tackle and the end out. The linebackers then came down. He delivered a pass. He was blown up in the play. The pass was knocked down. 3 guys in under 5 seconds, he dodged. And you guys are saying Justin Herbert's the problem? Are you guys kidding me right now? Lack of a running game, straight up, because there's no offensive line. It was all on Herbert right there. The defense played phenomenal. They couldn't get a first down. They're on the field too much there. The Chargers, by far, I think, with the right guys back, with their 2 offensive linemen, Alt and Slater back, their tackles, this is a win for the Chargers. Herbert has more time. He cooks. Joey Harrington, Todd, get out of here, man. Sam Hassel, take Tim Hasselbeck back. I hope you guys, you know what? Go Niners right now. I hope you guys blow this freaking game. You're not an SC guy. I hope Sam Darnold wins, but come on, Todd. What was that, man? That's like saying the Angels will win the World Series this year. That's not happening, dude.
No,
not happening.
The Herbert conversation, I get it. If he has more time, I completely agree with you on that. If he has more time in the pocket, it's a different game. I just don't think Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and Quentin Johnson are getting you anywhere. I'm sorry. And that's not on Herbert. I think the way the offense is designed for Justin Herbert, I think it needs to be better for him. That's not his
time.
No.
Look at him the first couple weeks with these guys are healthy. When Joe Alt's healthy, look at the difference between the offensive line when we have a healthy tackle and you have the ability to roll out to one side. Guys, this is idiotic that you're saying that Justin Herbert's not the guy. Everyone in the comments, too, you can go kick rocks. All I care. You guys are telling me Peyton Manning and Herbert, they're head-to-head. Herbert's way better.
Come on, career-wise.
Let's look at it real quick. Joey Harrington had some good-ass receivers at the time. He did have a couple seasons where the defense came together, and he still could not get it done in the playoffs or to get them to the playoffs. That's where I'm bringing the comparison in. I don't have faith in Herbert in this game if they do have a good offensive line.
Let's be fucking real. He's not a big game quarterback. He's had all the fucking regular season stats the last 3-4 years that you can fucking have as a good quarterback. But when he gets in the postseason, 2 touchdown passes to 4 interceptions. No, dude, he doesn't show up when it fucking counts.
See, and that's coming from a Jets fan. Good take.
But it goes back to the original thing. It goes back to this pressure. What happened in the playoffs in 24 versus the Chiefs? He dominated the first half. What did the Chiefs do? They amped up the pressure, overloaded the line, and that's what the Chargers went out back-to-back years and drafted those tackles because they didn't have an offensive line. They still have yet to address the problem, which is the interior offensive lineman up front, which is why the Chargers still struggle. They're awful offensive lineman-wise, and they've yet to address that until Harbaugh came in and said, hey, you want to win these games? I don't care who you have back there. You can have you have Jesus back there right now. If you don't have O-line right there to protect him, what's going to happen in the NFL? You're going to get your head chopped off. Just like Herbert. Herbert, watch his highlights again, guys. Please do me that favor. Watch how much he has to escape, how many misses that he caused in that pocket from dodging the defenders coming in and out of there still, and then having to check downfield to try to make a read in the throw. Impossible, guys. freaking impossible.
You
Pressure
just
breaks
sat there.
pipes.
You just sat
By the
there
way-
and basically told everybody how much of a fucking mediocre quarterback he is, unless he has an offensive line. Because I've seen some of the best fucking quarterbacks to ever play this game not have offensive lines and be pretty fucking good. That's why they're in the Hall of Fame.
Are you
But
kidding
I'm
me?
going to tell you right now, Justin Herbert
drop?
needs an
Are you
offensive
kidding
line
me? You're
1
watching
through
too much
5.
jet football is what you're fucking watching right now. A
Oh,
two-step drop.
hold the fuck
a two-step
up.
drop.
I can
You
tell
can't
you,
even get back.
I can go.
That's
Brett Favre didn't
insane.
always have the greatest offensive lines. The 49ers didn't always have the greatest offensive line. Dallas had the best offensive line to ever suit up in the fucking National Football League. That whole offensive line could go in the fucking Hall of Fame. But I've seen quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame that have had mediocre offensive line, because the NFL's always been based off mediocre offensive line. You've had
Have you ever seen someone have the
maybe
worst-
2-3
the
teams
worst
that
of
have
every
the
single
best
position?
offensive lines in the league, and even
worst?
then, those
No.
are okay. So you're talking. You're
saying-
telling me
you're
a
proving my
guy.
point.
You're telling me a guy that needs fucking 1 through 5 in order to be fucking okay.
That okay,
be
you can't be the
decent.
worst. I can't have the last ranked left tackle, last ranked left guard, center, right tackle. If all those guys, all 5
They
guys
still
I just
win
mentioned
11-6,
are ranked
buddy.
last in their
Hey.
position,
They still
how
win
the hell do you
11-6. They still win
No.
11-6, and guess what?
Because not
They
everyone was
fucking
hurt at one
once
point in
again-
time. You're
they're
talking about
fucking once
backups,
again
third-string guys playing. Are you kidding me?
To show up in the postseason, they show
you
up
kidding me?
every fucking week. Top 5 fucking defense, best defense in the league, actually, if I'm not mistaken, and they still couldn't fucking show up in the fucking postseason.
Because
Same old
Unlike
fucking
the
Chargers
Jets.
in January, dude.
the D ends are tackling
Hey.
Herbert, unlike the Jets'
T-Mir.
own center who's hitting the fucking
T-Mir
goal.
said
you
what I
know
was about to say.
Hey, but you know what? We're still having the same fucking conversation every January when it comes to this fucking guy. So, I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but I know we're saying the
Nope.
same shit every fucking
Everyone's saying
January.
mediocre. I'm not
Every
saying mediocre.
fucking
Give him a
January.
mediocre line. You guys
But
are all
guess
saying,
what?
"Oh, Joe
I've
Burrow
been
had a
calling
mediocre
this
line."
shit on
I'm
Justin
not- I'm talking
Herbert for
about the
3
worst
fucking
offensive
years,
line
and
in
if you don't
football
believe
that
me,
ever
ask
suited up.
Dom. Ask Dom. I've been
The
calling this
worst.
shit on Justin Herbert for 3 fucking years. He is not a big game quarterback, dude. He's never going to be a big game quarterback.
Hold on,
You
let
can
me
give him
answer.
the offensive
273,
line.
one
Hey, I
touchdown,
promise you,
one
you
interception
can
in
give that
playoffs
kid.
is
You can
Is
give
that
that
bad?
kid all the
Am I
offensive.
crazy?
You can give him the Jets
Are you
offensive
fucking
line
kidding me?
right now. You can give him the Jets offensive line right fucking now, and I guarantee you, he still chokes in the postseason.
That's a team that's in Cancun already. You telling me that? Don't tell me that you got the worst of the worst dressed in the 5 positions you need, the 5 main positions that win and lose games. You have the worst ranked in those 5. You tell me what great NFL quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback, is going to win. Peyton
Tom
Manning in
Brady.
his prime won't win there.
Tom
Patrick
Brady.
Mahomes in his prime will not
Tom
win
Brady
there.
win-
You have
Tom
to have-
Brady win-
Tom
you
Brady would not win in that situation there.
Bullshit,
Tom Brady
he's
was
done
elite
it.
on maneuvering
He's
his offensive
fucking
line.
done it.
Get the hell out of here. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Been going for 20 fucking years.
Okay, hold on. Let's get back
Moving
to
on, I just wanted to say 2 points. T-Mir made up a good point about Joe Burrow. He did make the Super Bowl with a mediocre O-line. And then the second thing, the first 3 games of Peyton Manning's career, he went 1-2. As far as touchdowns, he had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That's that.
Listen,
He did make it to the divisional round.
Listen, I only got one thing to add to that whole argument, which was phenomenal, by the way. And that is Jesus H. Christ 4.340 time. You can't beat that. I mean, he was good in the 4.3, right? I mean, we brought up Jesus there. We gotta say his stats. So he was very good and had a good vertical too.
Do it for Jesus, baby. Do it for
There
Jesus.
you go. Son of God is a
You
tremendous.
guys are killing me with this one. It's probably the last time I'm on the show now. I'm really don't hate me.
Nah.
You cannot have the worst of the
Wait.
worst.
We're
Cannot
just-
have
Hey.
the worst of the worst.
Whenever
Expect to
Rob
win.
comes on the show, we just skip the Chargers game for the week. We just skip it.
Yeah, we just
What-
talked Sam
What's
Darnold.
that next game, Todd Fox?
That next game was an even bigger snooze fest because this game was 7-6 at halftime. Steelers were hanging around, but the Steelers could not hang around in the second half. They gave up 23 points. Again, I think Matty talked about it earlier when we let off the show with Tomlinson talking about how the Steelers at least showed up defensively and hung in there. But, you know, Aaron Rodgers sucks. I mean, if we can agree on that, love him or hate him, he's well past his prime.
Well past.
You know, he's it's like that meat you leave in, you're like, hey, I'm gonna cook that up, and you leave that raw piece of meat in your kitchen or your fridge, and you're like, yeah, I'll get to it tomorrow. It can only last so long until you open the refrigerator and it starts to stink. That's what he's done, dude. He had nothing left, and in the plays he did have, he threw some bullets to DK, and that guy dropped the ball. But Steelers regime is never going to be the same. Tomlin out, Steelers lose, Texans move on. Stroud didn't look all that great. Kind of a mix and mash of just a little bit of whatever in this one. I mean, it was bad all around, right?
It was bad all around. Like I said, the defense, you can't blame it on the Steelers defense. They kept them alive. 7-6 at halftime, knowing that your offense ain't giving you no points whatsoever. That's pretty good. You know, you can go into the second half thinking you can possibly win this game. All you need is a touchdown. If they would have scored a touchdown after those turnovers, maybe the momentum would have swung towards the Steelers' way. Who knows? But when you got the Aaron Rodgers that played the way he played yesterday, you ain't winning no games, man. He looked so slow, man. That defense was chasing him around. He's running, throwing intentional grounding. And then what bothers me is that he shows up his players, man. He's yelling at them, screaming at them, blaming them and stuff like that. And it's like, come on, man, you can only do so much. You know, you're not perfect. And when you're as slow as you are, and like Dom said earlier, those days of pocket quarterbacks, man, them are the thing of the past, man. You got to be a little mobile. And if you got a 42-year-old quarterback that can't run whatsoever, yeah, I don't think you're going to make it far. And I thought, based off of his experience, he was going to, overcome the Texans defense. But I was surely wrong, and it shows. And I don't think Tomlin should have stepped down. I think he's still a good coach. You know, you're in the franchise for 18 years, and you never had a losing season. That's really good. That's really good. I mean, I know you didn't get over the hump and make it to the Super Bowl every year. Obviously, I think the last time they won was in 2011. And he's a good coach. I think he will find another coaching spot. But that offense, man, was horrible. That's all I can say.
To me, this game did not shock me one bit. I said last week on the show, Houston's defense is legit, the number one defense in the NFL. They are full throttle the entire time. DeMeco Ryans learned so much under Robert Saleh and when he took over the Niners and brought his style of defense to Houston. They are a defense-first team. C.J. Stroud, however, I have problems with C.J. Stroud. The lack of IQ and ball protection he possesses in the pocket is going to hurt the Texans moving forward. If it's not next week, or the week after, or next season, it's going to hurt. You got to protect the ball. And if Pittsburgh, as you said, Matty and Todd and everybody else, if Pittsburgh had a plausible offense that got points on the board, this could have been an entirely different game. It would have been 14-6, if not 21-10, or the complexity of this game changes if Pittsburgh had an offense. But C.J. Stroud, the ball IQ of just leaving it out there or running up the middle when there's nothing there, just throw it out of bounds, and just having those better IQ plays, he's going to have to continue to develop that. After his rookie season where we thought, okay, C.J. Stroud's going to have that coming out party, and last year didn't go so well. And this year, kind of 50-50, I would say at this point. But again, defense. It is smothering. Props to Houston on that regard. I don't know if they're going to have Nico Collins this week against New England. He suffered a really, really bad concussion. He's out. At this point, from the reports I'm reading, they don't expect him to play this week. So that's going to put a lot on Christian Kirk and some lower year 1, year 2 rookies. That's going to be at a disadvantage already. New England, I know we'll talk about it moving forward. It's going to be a snow game. How is Houston going to handle that? So there's a lot to be taken into consideration with this Houston team moving forward. The thought on Aaron Rodgers, based on unpopular opinion, that bad man's not done yet. I guarantee he's going to try to run it back one more year. If it's not with the Steelers, he's going to try. If Joe Flacco and Phillip Rivers can do it, Aaron Rodgers is going to say, hold my ashwagandha. I'm going to go back out there and get another go. You know Aaron Rodgers will.
Hopefully he goes to the 49ers. He's always wanted to play there, but we'll see. Go ahead, Rob.
He can be Brock Purdy's towel boy.
If we're comparing what everyone else said about the Chargers, C.J. Stroud's fucking great. 5 fumbles and all that stuff, great. Don't blame him on everyone else. He had plenty of time. I don't know what happened there, but he's great. No, this defense is just elite, right? They play this. Had to throw it out there. Come on, Randy, where are you? Get on here.
Rob
Well,
on all the smoke.
I knew you were there. No, but
What?
So, let me finish talking first. You come in. Randy told me about this. I said, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers, man, to the Steelers, they're gonna make a playoff run, and they have DK Metcalf." And he told me this at the beginning of the season. He goes, "You watch him with the Jets. He lost his touch. What was Aaron Rodgers known for? His precision touch downfield. He can drop a ball no matter what, 30, 40 yards downfield perfectly right in the basket. There was plenty of times he had guys wide open, and he just doesn't have it anymore. It's gone. The 42 years of age showed there. I mean, Todd, you know how it is. As we get older, right? Sorry, I had to throw it there. As we get older, our body shuts down a little bit. He couldn't climb out of that little hole that he put himself in there to go meditate and everything. The Steelers played great defensively. Played great, but when you're on the field over and over again because your offense can't generate anything, you have loss of identity there overall. I mean, 5 fumbles by a quarterback of the opposing team, and you still lost the game by that margin. That is absolutely insane. That had to be a playoff record by far.
Yep.
There's no way that it's not a playoff record.
If it isn't, I'd be shocked.
It's just the defense. Next week they're screwed. Next week, yeah. Stroud doesn't have what it takes, guys. He's not. I would say he's worse than Herbert, but other people might disagree there. So that's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know, guys. This game was boring. It was flat.
It was
no
very
adjustments
boring.
to be made. Steelers don't have anything. The weapons wise are just gone. It's a sad state in Pittsburgh right now.
Oh, it sure is, dude. It sure is.
Oh, boy.
Someone's a little bitter about that.
Is that Caleb Williams? The fuck?
Where'd that come from?
Oh, I wonder what producer of the Stars put that out there for.
I know, man. Hey, I had to throw this one last time too. Someone put one of the best stats up there for me because we're all about stats here. I see. It's not, it's a fun podcast, right? Joe Burrow with the 20th offensive line and Herbert with the 32nd offensive line. How many teams are there in the NFL, guys?
32.
Oh, just checking. I'm making sure. I didn't see anything else.
Well, maybe he should learn how to play quarterback and get rid of the ball fucking faster and more accurately, I might add.
Yeah, so hike the ball, just chuck it. It's what is that?
That's how you.
Moving on. The Chargers is old news.
I've been
I don't
for
want to get
17
canceled on what
years.
the game was called.
On to the rugby matchup of the week.
Yeah, on to the hey, next week, Todd, who we got?
Oh, well, let's talk about it, shall we? Let's move into the picks because now we're going to get to the fun part of the show.
War game.
As if the
This
show
hasn't been
wasn't
fun?
that fun.
I've had a great time here.
This is
My
fun.
probably
I don't know
last
what
time
y'all
having a great
talking about. Let's go.
Okay, so our first game takes us to the divisional round, and that's this Saturday, and it's the morning game for some reason. The Broncos in Denver, 14-3, hosting the Bills, 12-5. Tickets going as low as $477, 52 degrees and partly cloudy, so they get a break on the weather. Denver is only a 1.5-point favorite. So we got 46 points total. We're not going to have a time limit here. So if you want to talk in depth a bit on this game, let's get it started. And I'll give you mine real quick. And that is Sean Payton taking that Broncos team, which is a year ahead of schedule, in my opinion, against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm getting the sense of I don't know if you guys remember the Jacksonville Jaguars under Mark Brunell when they marched into a Denver team who secured a home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They had Shannon Sharp last year of those orange jerseys, and the Broncos thought they were too much and too big, too fast, and they got beat by the Bills, or not the Bills, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the Bills get it done right here. I'm kind of with Matty on this one, dude. I'm not saying the Bills are a team of the destiny, but I got the Bills winning this game.
I don't know, man. I think the Bills are a team of destiny, and I got the Bills winning this one, a close one actually. But I got the Bills winning a close one in Denver.
Yeah, this game, to me, the bigger matchup was last week against Jacksonville. I think there's something about first-round buys, sitting the players. We saw that with the Eagles this past week. Something just doesn't feel right about the Broncos right now. They've had a good regular season. They've had good moments, but I still feel there's some flaws on multiple sides of the ball, especially offensively. And that's not a knock on Bo Nix or Sean Payton or whoever. I think it's just they're still building. They're still getting stronger, and they're just not at that level yet. Call it Josh Allen destiny or whatever, but I can see definitely the experience of Josh Allen versus the 1 year playoff experience of Bo Nix. Give me Josh Allen in this game. Buffalo will go to the AFC title game.
Rob?
It's tough, man. Denver, they're rested. They're healthy, right? Outside the running back position with RJ Harvey, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. They have a great defense. They're physical. The Bills' offensive line is shaky at best, too. Still better than the Chargers, let me add, but they're shaky there. That Denver pass rush is brutal, right? And rest matters, and the altitude, the cold weather, and all that stuff plays in, but Buffalo plays it too. It's just chaotic. The physical game in Jacksonville, is Josh Allen hurt or not? So for me, fuck it. I hate Sean Payton. Give me the fucking Bills. Leave the Saints again like that in tragedy. I hope nothing but the freaking worst for you. And the Broncos. Hope everyone blows their ACL. Let's go, Bills.
Dang.
Let's go.
Tell them how you really feel, Rob.
Producer to the stars. What's your pick?
What game we talking about?
Bills and Broncos.
No, you just can't talk shit. Don't tell him. You just can't talk shit because I said something.
Broncos.
Oh, I'm an island boy. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm just trying to be. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm the only one that picked the team.
Broncos.
I love Teamer. Rob chose violence tonight.
He sure did.
Is this not a fun show? I thought this was a fun show.
It's a great show.
You ungrateful fucker.
Randy gave me the mic and
my
everything.
brothers are like
it's
that
on.
shit too. You ungrateful fuckers. All these Hall of Fame coaches come in, win you Super Bowls, and then management kicks them out, and then you talk shit about them. Packer fans do that shit about quarterbacks. I hate
What
that
have you
shit.
done for me lately,
Man,
sweetheart?
I tell you,
What have you
come-
done for me
you
lately?
come
You
actually
stick with
be a
Justin
quarterback for the
Fields,
Jets,
and you tell
win some
him that.
games,
Look what
win
this
some
guy's
Super Bowls,
sacrificing his
I
body.
suck your dick.
Whoa.
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 Even when you leave,
Whoa.
I suck your dick. Because I've been craving a Super Bowl. I've been craving a quarterback. I've been craving 11 win seasons.
Whoa. Hey, I got to ask.
You've been craving all right.
Time out. With that statement
Whoa.
there, are you a 49ers fan or are you a Jets fan now? I didn't know. I didn't know where you were going with that one.
What?
That sounded like you're a 49ers fan. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
All right, let's move on.
Should have been a 49er fan.
Speaking of
Whoa.
49ers. Niners.
What's don't be a menace. I mean, menace to society. Menace to society. There you go.
This show is so far off the rails. We can't find the rails at this point, man. Niners.
You
Go
goddamn
into Seattle.
motherfuckers.
The Seahawks. I'm trying to get it back on track. Seahawks host the Niners. Tickets going as low as $517 in the nosebleeds. 48 degrees and partly cloudy, a little chilly. Seahawks are a 7.5 point favorite. 44 points is your total points for this one right here. I'm not wavering motherfucking ever. If Seattle does 3 things in this game, we're in the NFC Championship game. And we have no excuse. I'm going to tell you this right now, Dom. If we lose, there is no excuse. There is zero, okay? Zero excuse. I'm not going to be one of these guys that's going to be like, because the weather, because this. No. If we lose by a penalty, if we lose by a mistake, that's on us because we put ourselves there. I expect Seattle to win by 10 or more. And
you expect them to win by 10, and you're not going to have an excuse if they lose.
No, that's what I'm saying. If they lose, I have no excuse, bro. I have no excuse because
basically, if you're saying blowout or bust.
Yes, because in 2019, it was the exact opposite. The Niners were as healthy as can be, and Seattle was banged up. They had to bring Marshawn Lynch out of retirement. Robert Turbin. That team was a walking hospital back then, and they barely lost to the Niners. But it's different this year, man. The shoe's on the other foot. And if Seattle can control time of possession is enormous. If we win time of possession and are able to run it, we should take them. That's just my key points to the game, man. That's all I got on this one.
Well, if you want to win the game, you better run it because I wouldn't trust Sam Darnold in this one.
Oh, Sam Darnold's gonna take it to him. The only guy who's not gonna make a difference, Cooper Kupp.
Oh God!
Oh, here we go, man.
Hey,
What did I tell you before, Todd? Cooper Kupp is going to come through when you least expect it, and when you get deep in the playoff, that veteran presence, he's going to make some spectacular catches, and I'm going to call you up and be like, what did I tell you, Todd? You just watch. I told you that's going to happen. Listen, man.
Tell out our Hawks, Todd. Come on.
No, real quick. If Cooper Kupp makes the dynamic plays to get us to the NFC Championship or beyond, or a Super Bowl ring, if that, I will not go as far as Randy and giving him fellatio, but I will make out with a dude. So moving on.
That's pretty gay.
Sucking dick, kissing dudes. Damn, this show's off the rails tonight, man.
You know, this show wouldn't be like this if Rob wasn't here. Rob.
Matty, who'd you end up picking? I don't remember.
Hey, look. Hey man, y'all going out, y'all going off the wall, man. Michael Jackson here, boy. I'm trying to tell you, y'all crazy. real talk. Hey, look, real quick. I'm gonna keep this short and simple. The Niners are too injured to play against an elite team like Seattle. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. I'm going with them Hawks, baby. And I think the Hawks is gonna run all the way to the Super Bowl. But that's my opinion. Give me the Hawks.
Yeah.
Hey, I am A-okay as a 49er fan, being the underdog, being the one that is constantly looked down upon as, hey, this team's not making the playoffs. Hey, this guy's not going to do it for you. The injuries, everything else you put together, the Niners have defined the odds so far this season. This is as Todd said, the three keys or the keys to his game. This is the keys for me. Niners have to jump out to the early lead. Whatever worked for Seattle 2 weeks ago, literally has to be the complete 180. That's as easy as any football fan that doesn't know the game of football can put. Everything has to be different. You're going into enemy territory, a hostile environment, another chapter in this rivalry, adversity, resilience, and being the underdog. That's what the Niners have to put on. Is it going to be a gritty performance? Absolutely. Is it going to be the perfect performance? No. This is a division rivalry, playing your divisional rival for the third time this season. It is going to be
third time
freaking ugly. It's who's going to win it in the trenches, who's going to capitalize on a miscue, who's going to be able to get down the field. And I think maybe at some point, is this going to be one of those games that it's technically whoever gets the ball last that wins this game, right? That's how I see it. I think this is going to be the same exact way the Niners-Eagles game went. For Seattle side of things, how does Seattle start this game coming off of a bye? Again, the Eagles rested their starters in Week 18, looked a little sluggish throughout this game offensively. They had their own problems, different scenario, but still. Last time around, even though the Niners held them to a 13-3, 13 points, Seattle could have had more. Todd, you know, they probably could have had 19, if not 24 points. The Niners did a good job the first time around controlling the passing game, and Jigba had less than 80 yards. Diamonor Lenore and the crew did a good job of that. Can the Niners stop the running game? That's going to be, I think, the plain message that gets down. I think the Niners linebackers, secondary can get the job done. Stop the run, capitalize on miscues, and the Niners have to play clean. That's going to be the job. And boy, oh boy, sweet revenge in the opposing team's house. Thank you for leaving those cigars in Santa Clara. Thank you for popping the champagne. Thank you for celebrating. It adds to the motivation for this week. It's going to be a fun one. Let's go. Faithful to the Bay. Bang, bang. Back to the NFC title game.
Don't think so. But Rob, go ahead.
Yeah, all that just to lose the Super Bowl, Dom. If they win, that's crazy, man. But let's get back on track here a little bit there. You know what? The 49, it's going to be a game. Dom said it the best. It's a grit. It's going to be about grit. Who has more? What did 49ers do to beat the Eagles? They motioned a lot and everything. But Seattle has the speed to defend that and everything. So it's straight up. I think the Seattle defense is built to stop the run. It's going to land on Brock Purdy's shoulders. and we're gonna see that little bitch cave like he's supposed to every single time because that's who he is. And I could be wrong, but we're gonna see him cave because he has to throw into small, tight windows. The 49ers aren't gonna be able to have him scramble and roll out like he did last week. The Eagles are very undisciplined on the outside. However, the speed of the Seattle Seahawks, they are not undisciplined. They're very well coached. These are two different teams. I know the 49ers want to go bird hunting right now. They already took off one, not taking off two in a row. But that's just me. The key weapons, 49ers are missing too much. If 49ers are healthy 100%, I give the game to them. But as of right now, with Warner and all those guys and offensively, Kittle is so huge. We don't realize it today. Not in the fact stat-wise, the fact that he brings coverages with him as they runs across the middle of the field, that safety comes down because he has to. That linebacker cannot cover him the whole entire way. With that gone, and Juszczyk is good, but he's not Kittle. End of the day. He is not George Kittle, and that's the reason why I got to go with Seahawks in this one.
You know, they've been without Kittle before, and they fucking dominated. I ain't worried about it.
Not against this defense.
Not
against this defense.
I ain't worried about the defense.
Are you kidding?
You got to.
I guarantee they're going to try to use Tonjes more. They're going to try to break out Juszczyk. To me, on the injury report for the 49ers, the one I'm penciled in and looking at, I know they opened the practice window on Fred Warner. Would it be great if he was to ball out this week? Absolutely. I don't see that happening. If it is, a great surprise, but I think they're trying, if they get to the NFC Championship game, Fred Warner could come back. To me, the big piece of it, I'm not saying this is the piece that wins it all, but to change, like Rob said, about coverage. Ricky Pearsall, second-year guy. He's not an elite wide receiver. He's not good, but it brings defenses to a different look. How do you think Seattle was able to take that elite defense and really clamp down on the 49ers when you had no vertical threat? Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, and Jawan Jennings. The Niners offense likes to run these crossing threads and then kind of branch out. When you have Pearsall, who's pretty much at this point your only deep ball threat, the secondary members, the nickel safeties, could all step up 2-3 steps. The linebackers step up, and D-line, they could blitz all day freaking long if they know no one's going 15, 20 yards past the secondary. If Pearsall plays, that helps the 49ers on an offensive scheme side of things, hopefully set the tone. When the Niners played in Seattle week 1, you had that blown coverage that Pearsall set up that game-winning touchdown drive. It just sets an opposing team's defense differently. And without Kittle, that's going to be a huge difference maker. So Tonjes is going to have to run a lot of routes. He's going to have to channel his inner Kittle and be the best self that he has been all season long. 100%.
If Seattle jumps out to the lead, contrary to what you're thinking, but if Seattle jumps out to a lead and they go up like 13 or 14 points, they're going to pin their ears back. I mean, if that front four is getting to Purdy without them pinning their ears back, because look what happened. As soon as they took that 10-point lead against the Niners, they pinned their ears back. They started rocking that fool. So I think they're going to do this. I think they're going to get out to a lead with that home field advantage. The lack of weapons the Niners got. I don't even think they're scared of the weapons the Niners got when they are healthy, in my opinion. I think they showed a completely different week, completely different defense than what they showed in week 1 against the Niners, and they barely lost by 2. And that's with a full staff Niners team at that point. I think the Seahawks really played better because they took CMC out of the game, dude. And they were like, hey, okay, we're going to take CMC out of the game, beat us with whoever you got. And the Niners couldn't. So I think what's going to happen is the same thing. I think the Seahawks take CMC out of it because before they were like, oh, let's just zone the guy. That doesn't work. You got to watch him, even if he's like on the sideline. You have to be spying him.
And on a coaching aspect, especially since these two teams played each other 2 weeks ago, and it was very different from week 1. Out of the coaching staffs, not just the head coaches, but staffs, who makes the adjustments from 2 weeks ago? Seattle rocked that game. The Niners have a lot to work on. Do the Niners make the additional changes? Does Seattle keep the same game plan, or do they prepare for the Niners to make the proper adjustments? Again, I think this game is going to be way more chess than checkers, and I would not be shocked to see this game be like it was 2 weeks ago, 17-13, 14-6, a very under 20-point scoring game where it doesn't look like the Niners defense is going to be locked down solid and keep a team under 20 points, but it could be one of those games. And again, potentially who gets the ball last, and does the kicker need to be involved as well? You know, those type of in-game situations.
I gotta ask Todd. Real quick. You're telling me if Ricky Parasol, an elite route runner, he's an elite route runner. He doesn't get that praise, but he is. He's very crisp, very talented, very fast. You think the Seahawks can beat him there? Are you kidding me? No.
Have you seen our secondary,
No.
bro? Have you seen our secondary? Oh, that's right. You don't have a secondary to see because you're a Saints fan.
Oh,
So
I
Saints fan
understand
right
that.
there.
I
You know what?
understand that.
Fuck it. Give me the Niners.
Bro, changing. He's like, let's go.
Eat these balls, baby.
Yeah,
You guys are over here kissing too many dudes, talking about sucking dick and all that stuff, but you're missing the key
Whoa.
facts of all the
I'm
stuff
not
that's actually
gonna
happening
lie.
around you.
How the hell did producer of the Stars make Rob look like the hottest island boy? Like he looks like he's on GQ like magazine, like Studley. Like what the hell?
He's a produ-
I don't know. He looks kind of pudgy.
We're
he's
fuck, we're
Yeah, no
frick-
joke, man.
all of us
You
are
give me all
freaking,
Hawaiian tattoos?
yeah. Like Todd, Matty, myself, Randy, we look like drugged out Skid Row type freaking
Yeah.
island boys. And then freaking Rob over here is like, I'm vacationing in Hawaii. Aloha.
he's
You
the
give me blonde hair too.
he's the manager that makes all the money off of us, dude. That's what it is.
He's the
We
freaking
perform.
island boy. Oh no, I was gonna say, is he the president of an island? I'm like,
Shut up
okay,
and make me money.
that got political there. No. Does Rob have a list? Does Rob have a list?
Oh, Randy, what's your
Whoa.
pick on this one, Randy?
Oh God.
Go Niners. Todd pissed me off. Fuck him.
What you got, Randy?
You know what? Since they pissed me off, I'm gonna ruin their season. Give me the Hawks, 13-10.
The jinx.
You can try it all that you want, bro, but it don't work on the Seahawks.
Oh, I'm giving you the perfect excuse next week to use when they lose.
Whatever. I'll
Randy
take
Fuck.
the heat. All right, no, we spent enough time on that one. Let's move on to the ABC Sunday game, and that's going to be the Texans and Patriots. This is going to be a low-scoring game. $271 is your lowest ticket right there. 35 degrees and partly cloudy with a chance of snow. New England is a 3-point favorite at home. 40.5 is your total points. I'll make it short and sweet. The Patriots, they look like they've been there before, even though they haven't. And the Texans haven't been there either. But something tells me, man, the Patriots will be playing at home next week after this one for the AFC Championship game after Denver gets eliminated. So give me the Patriots.
I can see why you're going with the Patriots, man, because, they're a pretty good team. But I'm going to have to defer, man. That Texans defense is elite. And I think they're going to smother the Patriots, man. I don't know, man. Give me the Texans to win this one. I got an upset.
I don't think it would be an upset because I think the Texans would deserve to win, right? Their defense is that staunch. It's, again, like the playoffs. Who makes the least amount of mistakes? CJ Stroud, 5 fumbles against Pittsburgh's defense, and that was just cool temperatures, no snow. New England's defense looked pretty good against the Chargers. To me, I previewed it earlier when we recap both games. I said the AFC title game is going to be an interdivision battle. Well, Buffalo and New England, AFC East, baby. They're going to have another divisional game, third divisional game between them two. It's going to be dynamic. It's going to be really, really good. I prefer New England's run game to the Texans' run game. And I think with the snow factor and quarterback, I would take Drake May over CJ Stroud. No Nico Collins potentially for Houston. That is a massive game changer.
That was a good point.
Give me the Patriots.
Rob?
It's a tough one because you're not playing a broken New England team with a broken O-line right there like you did against the Chargers. Might throw that out there again, guys.
Joey
Texans,
Harrington's not out there.
hey, the Texans, they swarm defensively. They can choke New England's limited offense out. I wasn't too impressed with New England overall. I'm honestly not. As much as I want to take the Texans, I do believe that Dom's point is the best. The running game right there. Chubb and Marks right there. Even though USC guy myself, I don't think they have what it takes to do it. So I'll have to take New England and only that. But Variable has been there before. He's been in a situation. He's had his back up against the wall. He took the Tennessee Titans to beat Tom Brady and the Pats. I think you can take the Pats here and beat CJ Stroud.
All right, Randy. Did
He
Did
must
we
be
lose
doing
Ra-
something for that Super Bowl win. I don't know.
My bad. Patriots.
He got the Patriots.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It
I'm
just-
an island boy. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm just trying to be. Yes, I'm an island boy. I'm the only one that picked the team.
Be an island boy. I'll take it.
The Umaga is rising, baby.
Umaga, baby. Rah!
And now that takes us to the final game of next week's divisional round, and that is the Peacock Sunday night game. The Rams
Tell him who's playing.
The Rams take on the Bears. Unbelievable still that they're this far. Tickets going as low as $424. Rams are a 3.5-point favorite, but weather, 18 degrees and snow flurries. Interesting. I hate the Rams.
Yeah, I know you do.
And since there is nothing left for me anyway, the season is as far as picks wise, Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. But as far as picking, you know what I mean? Like the smart pick for me would be to pick the Rams and don't bet against the genius. Something tells me we're going to have a USC quarterback battle for the chance to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to pick the Bears. I think the Bears take advantage of the weather and the Rams' stupid passing instead of running the ball, like Dom said earlier. Give me the Bears.
Good stat, Patrick. You were supposed to say with enthusiasm, Todd, because I'm picking the Bears as well, man. I think the Bears are going to pull this off, baby. And I got another upset in this one because, like you said, Todd, that weather factor is going to factor in. And the Rams ain't. Hey, we from Cali. We ain't used to playing in no snow. We ain't used to playing in the cold. So give me the Bears. They used to it. And I think Caleb Williams is taking his team to the NFC Championship to play you guys.
And lose.
Wait, we'll talk about that next week.
No, this game is going to be stellar. I think it's good, high offensive competition. You know, Matthew Stafford played with Detroit all those years. He knows that Chicago Bears, you know, that rivalry, you know, that he had all those years ago. To me, what the Rams left on the table against the Carolina Panthers is something that the Chicago Bears may be licking their chops at a little bit with Caleb Williams. If they have the opportunity at a high-flying act, who gets more of a high-flying act? To me, again, like Todd said, we both don't like the Rams. There's nothing riding on these picks, right? It's a win-win for the 49ers. You either get a rematch against the Bears, which is going to be hella fun, or you essentially get a home game at Levi South, right? You know, you're going to rent out that place out in freaking Inglewood. So either way, it's a win-win for the 49ers because they're going to be, after the win, relaxing on a Sunday, watching tape, watching the game, and getting ready to roll for the following week. To me, why not have that top 5 game of the year thriller be repeated again? Oh, wait, the Niners beat the Rams, and they beat the Bears, so it's a win-win. Give me the Bears in this game. I like a little rally. I like a little difference maker. Sure, would I love to see AFC East battling for the AFC title and NFC West? Sure, I love home games. Give me the Bears. Why not? Let's go for it.
Nah, I don't know, man. Y'all smells like a little hate coming from the two NFC division, rivals coming out there. Because I already knew Todd wasn't going to pick the Rams. That was a given. With Dom not picking the Rams, come on now, man. Y'all blowing up hate right now. I can smell the hate coming from your.
If there
Did you
was
pick the
one,
Bears?
if there was one,
Yeah.
if there was one thing that Todd and I were going to agree on this show in terms of anything NFC, it was going to be our mutual dislike for the Rams.
Absolutely.
Like, we can agree on that all day long.
I want
Rob?
Randy to go first. Let's hear it, producer stars. Let me get the last take on this one.
What you got, Randy?
Man, that's a tough one. You know what? Fuck it. Give me the Bears.
The Bears.
Uh-oh. All right, Rob. Is he going to be first time Island Boy on the show?
I mean, I'm the SC guy through and through. Love Caleb Williams. But you guys are fucking high. Are you guys kidding me? 18-point comeback right there. You think Sean McVay is going to get outcoached in January by a rookie coach, head coach, and Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson couldn't make the Super Bowl last year. That's the only chance with the green light with them gone. Stafford's playing at a championship level right now. McVay is going to outcoach a young, inconsistent Chicago Bears defense that they have there. Because unlike Jordan Love, McVay's not going to blow an 18-point lead, guys. I don't care what your love is for it, too. They are in sync together. Puka Nacua, McVay, and Stafford are all one. I don't care how cold it is and all that stuff, too. The young coaching staff mismatch is huge, especially the way the Rams are playing. Defensively, don't get me wrong, there are mistakes there. But, however, Caleb's huge confidence boost is going to be thwarted by what? Pressure. Because what did that not have on him? You didn't have Verse coming up the middle there and having pressure. You had Parsons that was gone in this too. Why are you guys over and over again going for a guy painting his nail? Are you guys, Randy, are you painting your nails right now? Is that why there's no camera on you? Todd, where's your hands, bro? Let me see the hands, boys. Let me see the hands, boys. Put them up there. Put them up there. How to make sure you guys are cool.
Man, the Rams fans are foaming at the mouth for Rob tonight, man.
They sure are.
Are there comments here?
I love Teamer.
Have you seen the comments?
The Rams will blow an 18-point lead if Vegas wants them to.
You guys are kidding me, though. I mean, you saw a world-class masterpiece of Sean McVay and offensive play call on this, too. The Bears just don't have it. I like the Bears. I wish they would win. Honestly, do. But, however, you cannot outclass Sean McVay here. That's like saying Shanahan with all of his guys healthy against the Seattle Seahawks. He has all of his guys. He outclasses the Seattle Seahawks. Plain and simple.
So on one fucking game, you're telling me this guy's got the 32nd ranked offensive line, so that's why he lost. But then on this token, you're telling me the guy with a top 5 O line is going to get a bunch of pressure and lose the game?
There's a difference in playing here.
There's
a difference in playing here.
Top 5 O-line. You talk about top 5.
Time out. Let me finish.
This is a top 5 O-line, bro. You're telling me.
Okay, what did the Packers not do?
The Packers contain Caleb Williams. Lose this game.
Did the Packers contain Caleb Williams? No, they went to a prevent defense. They played a cover 3 soft shell. And what happened to Caleb Williams? You pick him apart underneath. You need pressure. Pressure breaks pipes, y'all, as we saw against Justin Herbert. You need pressure on the quarterback. Sean McVay's not stupid enough. He's an offensive mind, but he's not going to let some D coordinator.
All I know is I watched Caleb Williams throw fucking pressure all fucking year because he didn't get it because they got a top 5 O-line. There ain't going to be no pressure. There ain't gonna be no pressure.
There was pressure with 3 men rushing him, and he still had to make a ridiculous throw. Are you kidding me right there?
There ain't gonna be no pressure.
Not gonna get up the center.
Top 5 O-line.
Top 5
O-line. See?
Get the fuck out of here. There's a difference when you're playing a soft 3 shell.
Quarterback's dog crap. I just fucking made Rob prove that offensive line don't mean shit depending on how good your quarterback is. And Justin Herbert sucks.
I'm just gonna say this. In this last hour and 45 minutes, and more so since the Charger talk, there is so many clippable moments for next week's show about who was right
100%.
You guys
there is so
time out.
many clips for next week's segment of where you were right and where you were wrong. We don't even need to speak. Randy's just gonna clip all these highlights and just put them out.
I know he is.
That is it.
You know what? This should have been played all night.
Next week.
Look, this is the kind of show we've had tonight. I don't know if you can see it.
No, technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty.
Why'd you put it in the background?
I know.
Damn it.
We're off the rails.
So hold on. Let me get back to Yaws on this one too. Are the Bears O-line ranked number 5 overall?
I wouldn't say I would say yeah, probably 5 overall, yeah.
Wait, tell me, you don't even fucking know you're quoting something like that and you're making an argument based off of something that's not even factual? How the hell is that even possible, Yaws? Get out of here with that.
I said top 5. I never gave a fucking number. I said top 5. I said top 5. Top 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dom, I know you're the stat guy, man. Can you look this up,
number,
Dom?
I don't care.
Dom,
it's 1, 2, 3,
can you do
4,
this, please, for me? Dom, can
I
you
like
look
the
it up
ball.
for me? I know you the
And all
Stratman.
I
Fernando's
know,
pretty good at
all
that
I
too.
know
Here we
is
go.
one quarterback can't win because he's got the 32nd ranked offense, and another one's going to lose because he's got a top 5 ranked offensive line.
Okay, here we go. Bears
It's
offensive
gotta
line.
be- I don't know which one. I don't know which one's true.
Bears offensive line ranking. Here we go. According to Pro Football Focus, overall in all categories combined, have them top 10. Pro Football Focus by the metrics has them ranked 3rd.
There you go.
Yep. 3rd.
Okay.
The average ranking is 3rd to 4th, but
That's
they
top
are.
5.
But overall, a top 10 with the highest being 3rd or 4th.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And all
This
I'm
is
saying
dumb.
is schemes. Sean McVay will out coach because the Bears defense. Did they impress you guys last week? They didn't really impress me.
He'll
100%.
out-coach himself.
We're not talking
The
about
second
Shanahan, we're
half,
talking
they
about
look
McVay.
good.
We're talking about McVay.
The
not
second half,
Shanahan.
they look good.
It depends if his yoga pants are up above his ankles or not. We'll see.
How do you guys know all this stuff? You how does he wear yoga
They
pants?
show, as tough
Rams
as
win.
they show them on
Not a
TV
Rams fan. Rams
300
win. Take it to the
times a
bank.
game.
That's all I'm going to hear in the game is Rams is going. That's all I'm going to hear in the game. There's Rams, as Sean McVay, Stafford in sync together. Everyone's going to blame the cold weather. We're going to see what happens here. I like the Rams running game a little bit better too. I do like the little. It's a little
Bears
thunder lightning
win.
form.
50 to 45.
Whoa. My man, Randy said
You know
50.
defense in this game?
Who needs defense? Who needs defense?
Fuck defense.
Killing me, Smalls.
Oh God. Oh wow, what a show. How do we follow
What a
this one?
show.
So we have our picks for next week. If you're following, if you could still remember, because I'm a little lost.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
If you don't know how to pick, just refer to myself or Teamer because we're the champions. That's all I know.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go. Here we go.
How dare you put injured players that can't speak for themselves on a that is just so rude. How dare
Hey.
you?
Who's
No
the last
one was
guy they
speaking in
showed?
that room.
Who's the last guy that looked like Kofi Kingston?
Fucking
Oh, my God.
Brandon Quitter, dumbass mother effer Ayuk.
Ayuk.
Looked like Kofi Kingston, bro.
Dang.
I don't say it's the new day. Yes, it is.
Dang. Why you go there, Randy?
You know, I would say any final thoughts, but this will go on for another 52 minutes. So
Come on, Todd.
No, I got some final thoughts for you guys. All right, take me off screen.
all right, everybody. Good luck to everybody on here except Dominique. Go Hawks!
Go now!